Hi, everybody. My name is Julie Johnson, and I will be facilitating the workshops of the coaching program that you're going to be attending soon. So a little bit of background about me. I'm from Minnesota, born and raised, studied mathematics, have lived in 4 different states in the USA and 4 different countries in Europe, namely Spain, France, Norway. Then I ran into a lovely Dutch guy on a bicycle, and the rest is history. So I came to the Netherlands in 1990, and I've been here ever since. I'm absolutely passionate about coaching and the impact that these conversations can have on people, on teams, on organizations, on lives. So that's what brings me to take this program. So here may be the situation. You might be having people line up, because you're an expert, to share their issues with you, their problems, and ask for solutions. And then you give the solution, they go away, they implement the solution, and they're successful. What happens when the next issue comes up? They're back in line, and so you have this rolling assembly line of people asking you for solutions. So that can keep you really busy and keep you from doing strategic work. Okay, another thing that could be happening is that people come to you and they say, I'm really loaded, and you pick up some of their work and you do it yourself. Or you want to delegate something, but you think, it'll take me longer to delegate it than do it myself. So you go ahead and do it yourself, and you find yourself doing the work of others. Or you might be finding that people around you don't seem to be taking accountability and responsibility for the work that they're to be doing. So here's the dream, that people are lining up, indeed, but not to ask for solutions, but they're lining up to work for you, because they know that when they do, their careers will skyrocket. They will develop super fast. So that's the dream. So you would be, if you take a coaching leadership style seriously, you will be inspiring people, you'll be motivating people, you'll be stimulating innovation, their ideas, not your ideas. You'll be challenging, perhaps limiting beliefs. First, you need to notice one and then challenge it. So here's a typical example of how somebody can get sucked into a way of conversing that isn't coaching and isn't very constructive. So somebody comes to you with an issue, and you say, well, have you tried A? Have you tried B? Have you tried C? Okay, with A, they might say, yeah, we tried that and it didn't work. And with B, they said, oh no, we couldn't do that because blah, 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 blah. Or they might say, no, and maybe feel a little bit stupid because they didn't think of it themselves. So what you can do, this is very basic, but very profound. Instead of saying, have you tried, and suggest something and work really hard coming up with solutions, you can say, what have you already tried? They give you an answer, and maybe you want to get the whole gamut. So what else have you tried? What else? And get everything on the table that they've already tried. And then you've got a great starting point for either selecting from them and modifying them, or coming up with something that they haven't tried yet. So I am so excited to be working with you soon. We're going to be looking at and making active use of a number of tools and techniques, things that you can take, powerful questions you can use, ways of listening more deeply and more fully, and feedback exchange that's well-intended and non-judgmental. And we're going to be using all of that very actively in the program. So there's a lot of action learning. So there'll be a cycle that you might notice in the background going on. So it will be learn, and then apply, and then reflect. And then learn, apply, reflect, et cetera, et cetera. And what I believe you will see during the program is your skills advancing, and the challenges you had at the beginning, like not giving advice all the time or solutions, that will be long gone, and you'll have a more high level, shall we say, challenge that you're working on, and that will evolve. So I'm looking very much forward to working with you, meeting you, and let's get started.